There we go. We are on air, and it is a joint effort. Now, remember that there is a delay between what happens on our cameras and what is on YouTube. And what me and Teresa, we were talking, and she joked again. The spider site thing is an inner joke, if you want, in our small group of friends. So I thought, well, why not bring it to live? Because Halloween is coming. Hi, Judy. Halloween is coming, so let's have a little bit of fun. Of course, I have one opinion about what spider side should look like, and Teresa has a different opinion. So I'll let Teresa tell you hi too.
Hi, everybody.
And you know her, you've seen her many times on my lives in the chat. And she will soon open her own channel. And I know a lot of you are anxious about that because a lot of you have been admiring her faux gemstone. Hi, Mimi. So I'm sure that everybody will be looking forward at her channel being open. But right now we are just going to have some fun and create a spider-site gemstone. Of course, it's a fantasy gemstone. So, Teresa, say what you are planning on doing.
Well, I'm planning on creating a kind of a filamented gemstone where the filaments will be the legs of the spider, and the filaments will be coming out from the central body of the gemstone as is created. Being that this is a fantasy stone, it doesn't really exist in nature, but I'm trying to go along with how nature might make it.
And what are you going to use? I see that you got translucent there and
Yep,
graph.
I got some translucent, I got some pearl, I got some graphite, I got some black, and I got a little bit of ecru, all primo.
Okay. Well, the way that I'm seeing it, I am going to make it a little bit like a spider web, but with the central part being like a spider's body and with the spokes of the hi Anna, and with the spokes of the spider web um being, the legs of the spider. Now if any other artists join us and they want to jump in the game, you just tell me and I can add you to the Google Hangout. That is a subtle hint to Anna right now. Yeah, but you'll have to go on Google Hangouts and we can add you. So I'm going to be working mainly with the translucent white pearl, and I'll probably add some pearlescent-y, metallic-y, I don't know yet, inks, acrylic paints, acrylic inks, something. So I'm first going to mix 2 parts of pearl with 3 parts of translucent because I need it to be fairly translucent-y. And this will be for the web part. And of course, I'm going to use the pasta machine here in a minute, but you know how my microphone has noise canceling. So hopefully, Teresa will be able to talk to you even when I'm using the pasta machine. So I
Yeah,
guess
because I'm over here using my pasta machine while
yeah,
you.
and we cannot hear. So the noise canceling microphones are really good. So you're also based on mica shift by what I can figure out, right?
No.
Then why are you using graphite?
Oh, I wanted just a little bit of sparkle.
Oh, okay.
No, we're not mica shifting. Plus, I wanted a gray value.
Okay, yeah, I am mica shifting.
See? Totally different approaches.
Mica shift is my most favorite thing of all.
So this is definitely a first for me, actually working on the camera. Kind of fun.
Yeah, and I thought that as a future new YouTube creator, that would help her a lot if she would join me in a live, because she would get used to how the lives feel. So I see we already have 20 people watching. Hello, everybody.
Oh my goodness.
If you want to join in the chat, feel free. You don't have
I see Donna, Anna, Mimi,
and Judy.
oh, and Judy.
Okay, so this will be my, but I'm going to make it, I think I'm going to make a pearlescent-y, a pearly pearlescent-y thing. But I want to add some black, but I want to add some black that's translucent, so I think I'm going to add just a few drops of black ink. Just a drop here and a drop here. And as you said, I want filaments too. So we are creating what Mother Nature hasn't. And for the people who just joined, I'm going to say it again. We are trying to create a fantasy stone, a spidersite. The piñata, and it is the mantilla black. I prefer the piñatas to the rangers because the rangers are not waterproof. And I have sometimes the tendency of forgetting my cabochons in water if the phone rings or something. And it happened before with rangers that I left in water a colored cabochon, and I came back to find the not colored cabochon because the ink got dissolved in the water. So yeah, I'm using only piñatas now. Okay, so I want these to be filamenty. So you see, I did not actually blend at all. I'm just extending this and I'm stacking. So I will have some irregular lines, but I kind of want them to be very, very thin. Yeah, the worst part was when it happened when I was testing the petersite technique, the full petersite technique. And believe me, after I had worked so hard to make those cabochons, it didn't feel good. Okay, Teresa, explain what you're doing there.
I am making some little crystal pieces out of the black, mixing it with cornstarch. I use just a little bit of dusting of cornstarch as I'm cutting so that the pieces remain apart. And So those I'm going to be mixing into my white pearl that I've added a little bit of ecru to. Very small bit of ecru. It's a very thin sheet of ecru. Probably about 1/8, maybe 1/16.
So no translucent added in there?
No, that's going to be part. I'm going to make a Skinner blend. It's going to go black, um, granite, not granite, graphite, and then translucent, just a little bit of translucent. And that's what I'll be using to make my veining. So, but I have to go back over to the pasta machine for the other part.
Yeah, when you're working with metallics, you can also use mica powder instead of cornstarch. It just adds more metallic shine to your crumbles. Or if you're not using metallics, you can add a little bit of shaved chalk pastel.
Yes, I could easily have used. I could have easily used a black Pearl X or something along that nature.
Hi, Terry. Only about, I don't know, 10 minutes? Something like that we've been on. Not more than that. All right. Now I'm going to use graphite too for the spider body, but I'm going to use a different effect that I have used before. If you remember, I have used it in the faux burwood. I mean, not really the one in the faux burwood. It's more like the one that I did in the mother of pearl. Oh, look, I was starting to get worried that I'm not good enough anymore to piss off that person who keeps sundowning me. Haha. See, I'm still good enough to piss them off. Thank you for reassuring me. And also thank you for bringing up the video in video recommendations. That is a very nice gesture. Okay, so what I did, I got one part of graphite pearl and I put one part of translucent on top of it, and then I'm going to get it in a successive thinner and thinner and thinner on the pasta machine. So I'm going first to go on the thickest setting and then going in successive passes until I get to the thinnest manageable.
I'm over here chopping my matrix, which is just about done.
Okay, so I am on 7 on the Atlas 180, and you see on one side I have the graphite pearl and on one side I have the translucent. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to first get these in pretty much like for a watercolor technique. because what I need the mica shift on the edges, on the torn edges that I'm putting here. And no, I didn't use any kind of black in it, just the graphite. We are making a fantasy gemstone, a spidersite, each of us with the way she sees it, because it's Halloween coming and it's fun. I even forgot what the whole spidersite thing came up with. I know Tanya came up with it, but I forgot.
Hey, yeah, is Tanya here?
No, I don't see her. Maybe I
Ah,
should message her on Facebook to tell her to hop in. But yeah.
all right. So I prepared. This is my blend. I'm just going to run it through a couple of times. It's going to be a little bit stripy, but I just want to feather the edges a little bit on the blend. That's why it's not in a very big skew.
And I keep putting my little patches here to create another pearly like mica shift thingy. So this will be the body of the spider, the central part of the gemstone. And I'm almost done with this. See, this is the part that you don't see in the film tutorials because I always skip. I show you only the beginning and the end. So you don't have to sit there and wait for me to finish this. All righty.
Not to mention I'm making it up as I go. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't even have a plan.
Yeah, same here. I'm trying to figure out how to. Okay, now I flattened it and I'm going to get with it again one more time through the thinnest manageable setting. And I know you cannot see much of what's going on here, but once it will be baked, sanded, and buffed, it will look very pretty. So now I'm going to, if you remember my for mother of pearl, I am going to maybe put some mica powder on it first. Yeah, let me put some mica powder on it. I have some black mica powder. Okay, this is so mica powder, but it's actual mica. It's not whatchamacallit. It's not a pigment. Teresa, did you turn on the volume on your video?
No,
Because I hear feedback.
no, I actually muted it.
Because I was hearing my own voice. Okay, so this one is called Nocturnal, and after the live is over, I will put a link to that website. It's the only mica powder seller that I know that actually the mica is colored. Not it's not a lot of them. They say that it's mica powder, but it's actually regular mica with the powdered pigment, and that's not good because the mica would still be silver or gold, not the color that's required. Okay, so this black is called Nocturnal, and it has an iridescent quality. So I'm going to start folding this. And you can see I'm doing a random. Okay, and this is going to be my spider body.
I started with the legs.
You already did?
Yeah, I started with the legs. So what I did is
This is my spider web. I didn't do the legs yet.
So I started with a kind of a basic gradient blend, going from translucent to the graphite to the black. Then I jelly rolled it out as thin as possible, jelly rolled it with the black in the middle, cut it into 4/4. I'm now shaping them into legs by pulling up the translucent and the gray up around here like this, and then rolling it out till it's about a 1/8 of an inch thick to a little puck like that.
So it's pretty much almost like a barbed cane of some sort?
Kinda, but more like a barbed circle.
Like a barbed what?
Circle.
Okay. Anna, hopefully soon the videos that are about the for polymer clay beginners and all that, they require a lot of editing. And I am working on it. Hopefully I'll be able to finish editing soon. Because I have first to finish the one with the buying, conditioning, and storing, and then will be the one with the translucents. Okay, now I'm going to first do my mix for the. So I want this as the web. Then I will want a little bit of this with red. Sorry, I'm thinking. I am thinking. And I want this with blacks and reds. Okay. Now watch this. This is going to be so interesting.
The pearl clay I'm using, if you look at it, it's got the vintage. Let's see if I can get it in the frame. Oh yeah, there it is. Anyway, it's a Primo from like 19, I don't know, 1990. I found it at the Michaels store. They let me have it for dirt cheap. They had just recently rearranged their clay section, and they had found a bunch of pieces of packets of clay that fell behind the display. So I pointed out to them they were very old, so they gave me a discount. So it pays to know how how old the clay is.
Okay, so to answer your question on the mica powders and versus pigment, it is a huge difference. Uh, Pigment powder is just the color, but the mica inside will still be the same regular color. So if you want to do like a pearlescent red, it will actually not be a pearlescent red. It would be a red clay with gold mica in it. Crazy sugar skull. No. Um, what you want is the mica to have the color you're looking for. Like, for example, not in all clays, the mica has the color of the clay. The best example to give you would be the violet primo, that actually the clay is violet, but the mica is blue. Let me grab a piece. I think I have some here. Run it. So in the primo accents, now if you can see in this light, but the clay is a violet fuchsia thing, while the mica is actually blue. And the same happens with one of the two, I forgot which of them, if it's the sunset or the magenta. Because if you look at it, the mica in this is actually white, even if the clay is pink. The mica is white. So if you want to have something that has the metallic pearlescent uh, color, you need the mica itself to be that color. Yeah, the purple is beautiful. But you can get even prettier purple than that. Okay, so you see I put some red and some black on the purple. And I'm going to cover it with translucent. And I'm going to do pretty much the same thing I did here. Hi, Holly. Could have waited a little bit more for that thing to dry. Maybe, you think? You know, I'm impatient. Alrighty. But yeah, that website where I got this black one has absolutely fabulous mica colors. Nurture Soap, I think the name is. And I found absolutely fabulous, especially their violets and blues and greens are to die for. And of course, they even have the yellow mica that is way better than the pearl citrine. It's pretty much any color you want. They have it. All right. What you laughing at?
Oh, I'm getting my spider now. All right. So
Starstruck? What's that starstruck? Okay, so my spider site will not look like a spider. It would look like some fantasy gemstone that would have elements reminiscing of a spider web and of a spider. It's not going to be a spider cane or something like that.
that's kind of what I was going for too. So I'm flattening these. These are my legs. They're not going to be straight lines or anything by the time I get done. They'll be all kind of. Yeah, I'm flattening them out pretty thin.
I think I might have made too much of this, but that's okay. I can always use it for something else. Good time. No? Okay, my next thing will be to make a little whatchamacallit, Skinner blend of translucent white and silver pearl. Teresa. Okay. So I am going to the translucent, the pearl, and the silver. Oh, oh, thank you. I had no idea. I'm a star. Thank you.
You go, girl.
I'm going to do the Skinner blend.
All right, so what I'm doing, I've been mowing these down, making them really thin, these little pieces. I'm just putting them on randomly to my center body, spider body. And I don't think I'm going to do 8. I think I'm going to do 7 because in nature, random numbers, odd numbers always look better. Because, you know, we don't want it to be an actual spider that I'm making. I just want it to be a stone that reminisces spidery. Okay, now that I've got my pieces arranged like that, I'm going to pack and fill, and in no particular order whatsoever. I'll do some logs, I'll do some chunks. I don't want it to be perfect.
Okay, so I did here the Skinner blend, translucent white pearl and silver. Teresa Barnes. Who until now worked under the TMAC designs, but now she's going to open a new channel under another name, and I'm not going to say unless she wants to say, or she might want to divulge it only when she opens a channel.
It'll be the Lefty Clay Right. Like Clay, Right. Who knows? Might be subject to change.
Yeah, let's hope not. She's been trying to get everything ready for over a month now, and it takes a while.
It takes a while. Yeah.
Okay, so I got the Skinner blend jelly roll. And I'm still not sure if I want to make any kind of eyes type thingy, which I might want to, but we'll see here in a minute if I decide to or not. Remember, this is just a game. We are trying to create a fantasy gemstone that has been the subject of jokes in our little group of friends for a while. And with Halloween coming, we decided to imagine how we think a spidersite would look like. So each of us is making her own version. So what I did here, I flattened some pearl with translucent, and then I made some stripes with alcohol ink. Then here is also, but you'll be able to watch when it will be on replay. It's graphite pearl with some black mica powder and with translucent. And here it's again white pearl and translucent with some red and black alcohol ink. And this is a jelly roll Skinner blend with a translucent white pearl and silver. And now I'm kind of debating if I should put some spider eyes in there or not. And I might. Let me grab a little bit of copper.
All right, I had to make some more more of the matrix part that's going to go around the spider. This is kind of like actinolite or a, I have to think about what different kinds it could be. Not quite a chrysanthemum rock, but it's in one of the fibrous types.
Okay, so I'm going to use here copper, alizarin crimson, and translucent just to create a few so-called eyes. Okay. So, and mine is mostly based on mica sheet. Teresa's is not. Yeah, I guess I had a little bit of red here. That's okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these kind of together. This. Like this, and then I'm going to flatten them. My hands don't want to cooperate. There we go. Now this goes to the pasta machine on a thin setting. And then I'm going to semi-roll, semi-fold it. I don't want a full roll. I want it to do all kinds of effects when it's cut.
Okay, so what I've got going on over here is I made a plug out of my chopped up black ecru pearl, all the choppers, and then I'm going to be using that as packing in and around these filaments. Just cut and go. No real particular shape because I don't want it very regular.
That looks a little bit like a septarian stone.
Yeah, it's a little bit like septarian. That was in my mind.
I mean, even with the combination of color with the ecru and stuff.
Well, that's kind of where, kind of what I was hoping for. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. All right, now I'm going to start building my stack. I'm going first to get this a little bit reduced. So that I can cut it in half. Then one half, I will reduce it thinner than the other. And we will probably post tomorrow the results because it's going to have to bake and then be sanded and buffed and all that, right?
Yeah, yes. Gonna need to do some of that stuff.
Okay, so I have 3 different. And I think this that needs to go thinner.
Yeah, Anna, we think kind of the same, but kind of differently. So we went with our different our own interpretations there.
Yeah, and as we were discussing, I thought that this would make a really interesting live in tandem. Okay, so I'm going to cut them in half. Actually, I might cut them in quarters to get more stuff done. All right. Now these I'm going to gently do kind of like what Teresa did. And that is flatten the quarters a little bit. And bring the edges a little over. No, thank you, Terry.
Okay, so for my last layer of packing, again, there is no rhyme or reason to what I got going on here. I don't want it to be perfectly all radial. I want them to be very wiggly, like a veining in a marble kind of. So for the last layer, the inner layers had pearl successively less pearl in them, and this last mix is just ecru with the little black crumbles. Again, you can see all the powder that I have here. This is a cornstarch, but I found that you can successfully coat the sheets as you're chopping and then tossing. And yes, you can use the mica powders, which is a perfect way to do it. I just didn't want that much glitter in mine, but I find that that helps keep the little chunks, and it does actually stick together. I at first thought that it would not stick together, it wouldn't hold together, but it helps me keep it from smushing the colors, keep the colors a little more distinct. All right, that's that.
Hello, Christine.
Huh?
I said, Christine in the chat, she says, hi, everyone from French West Indies. And Mimi's in Canada. I'm amazed some people, it's night where they are, like for Wahim, he said it's 2:30 in the morning and people are here on the live. I feel so happy. Okay, now let me explain what I am doing. So I have here, I have the body, so-called body of the spider that I made with the graphite pearl and black mica. Then I made these quarters that are in different sizes of the Skinner blend jelly roll I made with translucent white pearl and silver. Then I have here another sandwich I made with white pearl and translucent and with black and red alcohol ink. This one is with just black alcohol ink. And here are the so-called eyes of the spider. So remember, my stone is going to suggest a spider and the spider web, but not really, the same way as a gemstone will not look exactly like what the name is like, but suggests something. So I am based mostly on mica shift, and the way that I'm going to arrange all of this, it's going to give, when you cut under a different angle, the stack to form the cabochons. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Holly. The way that you cut it, it's going to cause a mica shift that will create chatoyancy. So I'm going to first start making this a little bit smaller because I want to actually have two central nodes of spider body. And I'm going to actually make one a little larger than the other one. So I'm going to cut it 2/3 and 1/3 and then reduce some more the 1/3. And then I'm going to show you how I'm putting this together so that you can replicate what I'm doing. Okay, so first I'm going to create on one side, I'm going to attach several eye nodes. And I'm going to attach like 3 of them, even if a spider has 8. And then I'm going to first attach a few of these lines. And no, not like this. I'm going to actually make them a little bit in a wedged shape. So I cut this in a diagonal, and I'm going to use this diagonal to form wedge. And another one, I'll do the same thing. See how I'm cutting this in a diagonal like this to help me with forming a wedgy shape here. Then I'm going to place one of the spider legs and the other one of the spider legs, but these are too thick. I need them a little bit thinner than this. So I'm going to attach quote unquote legs here, and I need one more piece of this. Then on this side, I'm going to create a little spider web like thingy. See how I have different sizes of these quarters? Oh, here on YouTube, Teresa is going to tape hers and send me the video, and then I'll put them together and we'll be able to show you what we did.
I just have the spinning wheel on the video. Is that just my bad?
Reload it. Reload it. It's
The
going to be fine.
YouTube? Okay.
Yeah. Reload the video on YouTube. And I'm going to put here some more eyes. I know it's going to be a fantasy stone, but I promise you it's going to be pretty. Place the other body here.
All right, there we go. Mine doesn't look like much of anything right at the moment, but I am reducing it. We'll see what we get. I usually don't clay this fast.
Yeah. And when I get an idea, I have to play it fast before it goes away. And before I get too tired to do it. Talking of which, in a couple minutes, yeah, there is feedback because we have to hear each other what we are saying. So our microphones pick up what comes on the speaker. So yeah, there will be a little bit of feedback.
I can turn mine down.
Yeah, that's why I asked you earlier if you muted the.
Well, I muted the one of them. I didn't really mute the one that I can hear you.
Well, yeah, because we need to hear what we are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I'm going to get these last ones here. And I should have put a little bit of glitter in here to make it more blingy. Okay, so this is my spidersite stack. I'm going to stack it and reduce it. No, you weren't hearing things, but it's not possible to do it otherwise. I need to make sure that I don't have any air pockets trapped. Okay. Now I'm going to make a few freehand, freeform, and a few with molds. Just making sure that I got the stack really well consolidated. And yeah, I think that it will be a little bit agate-y looking because I used a lot of translucents and there are some lines in there. So, okay, let me grab some mold. There we go. What the heck? I have silver foil on this one. Okay, now, as I said, I'm going to look for the... Thank you. Yeah, we will do more collaborations. Um, so remember I told you that mine is based on mica shift and that I arranged this in such a way that if I'm going to cut on a diagonal, it's going to cause mica shift. And the mica shift is going to, I mean, it's not going to cause mica shift, but it will make it in such a way that the mica shift that's in there is going to cause chatoyancy. So I'm going to cut on a diagonal like this. And this will be my first one. I'm going to actually form.
Oh, I must be noisier than you.
Yeah. You probably are.
I'm trying to be quiet.
It's okay. No, but you're rolling and I'm already past the rolling part.
No, I made my first cab. I already made a cab.
Yeah, I'm working on my first cab. And this is going to be quite a big one. But I think it's going to look okay. Kind of spidery. Might want this actually to be smaller than this. Let me make a couple more cabochons and then reduce the staff some more.
All right, there's my first one. It actually kind of looks like I imagined it would. Not very spidery.
Yeah, it is spidery and it really looks like a septarian stone. It's got something of a septarian stone. Okay, I think I'm going to reduce it by itself, this one.
I'll have to get one of these to my niece. She wants to be a spider doctor when she grows up.
Spider doctor.
Yeah, she
Oh my goodness.
she loves spiders.
You sound like an awesome girl.
She's pretty amazing.
Not a lot of girls love spiders. Okay, this one is too big again. So let me get it. There we go. Okay, not sure if you can see the mica shifts from there. And this one I don't like the cut. So I'm going to resize it and recut it. I still get too much black. But it's not too bad. It does have an agate feeling to it. Okay, which of them do I want to be in the front? Let's go with this one. And here we'll have spider-site cabochon.
All right, I'm only making 3. Otherwise, I'll be here all day.
I don't know if you
What
this.
Tanya has to give me her address and I'll send her one. I want to see what hers version was.
Yeah, I never showed it. Not that I can remember, anyway. This I'm going to make designer cabochon because I want it to be transparent, so I don't want it to. But yeah, and remember that I have one more fantasy stone to make. But I'm not gonna say which because it has to be a surprise. This is going to look a little bit like Imperial Jasper, only that with chatoyance. Did you hear that, Anna? Okay, let's make a triangular one. I hope this is enough here. If not, I can put some stuff on the back.
All right, I'm quitting while I'm ahead.
Huh? How many did you make? I made 4.
I made 3.
I'm working on the 5th.
But I did mine by hand.
Well, I did 2 by hand.
3 fits nicely.
Okay, something's happened to the sound.
And my cat is now.
I hear a very bad whistling stuff.
That was the limit of him not being on the table.
See, quality of the mold itself. This is the Sculpey mold compared to the best flexible molds. Horrible. But yeah, it does have something of Imperial Jasper. Yes, the mica shift will look gorgeous after it's baked and sanded and buffed. I think it will look spectacular. Okay, should I make one more?
How much
Let me make a round one so it would be the full spider web effect apparent. Because I can stick this in the round here. No, not really, it's too small. Hey. Okay, I will make more. Let me fill up with these cutouts for the back. It will be just fine. This is a huge mold. But I'm sure that Tanya will love it.
Oh, I hope so. It was an awesome idea. Once you said it, I knew I had to do a stone.
Yeah, and I cracked up. I totally cracked up. Okay. So see, it does have a little bit of mother of pearlish type of look. Okay, let me make one more and then I'm done for the night. So I start getting tired. Okay, let me make a bigger one, but let me do a double diagonal cut. And I'm going to I think Whisper wants something. I don't know if it's my speaker that's messing up or something, but I'm getting a horrible whistling sound.
Oh, I was texting someone there.
Huh?
Hopefully that wasn't me texting someone. I forgot about it when I picked that up.
It's not from me. I just hear the whistling sound that it's really annoying.
Okay. I'll turn my
It just started at one point.
Okay. If it was a clicking sound, I was texting and my clicker makes noise.
No, it sounds like interference of some sort. It's almost like there are aliens speaking or something. Who knows what signals I'm picking up.
You and this little ball.
Yeah. Okay, so one more and then that's it. Let's see, how should I do this one? Go like this.
Look under the camera.
Yeah, we won't be on much longer. We're almost done here. And I think Teresa's done.
I'm actually playing with the scraps left over and creating something else. I don't know what, but I'm just playing with it. It's hard to resist.
Okay. Time to bake. And after that, we will sand them probably in the morning and buff them. And then Teresa is going to, hi Karen, I'm sorry. And then Teresa is going to send me the video and I will just put them together. Yeah, it might be her microphone. I can hear her, but barely. Okay.
Well, I kind of
So
turned it down, so we'll see. You still can't hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, so here we go. Here are my spider sites. So we'll see how they turn out when they'll be baked and sanded and buffed. Okay, you need to show a close-up too.
I wasn't quite prepared for that.
I will post tomorrow on YouTube. Look at my notifications from my channel. If you didn't click the little bell on my channel, make sure that you do so. And don't forget to like. And if you've just now joined my channel for the first time, you might want to subscribe because I'm posting tutorials at least once a week. And usually Sunday at noon, there is a live tutorial, Clay with me. And Teresa is going to open soon her own channel as well.
Okay, let's see if I can get a close-up going here.
Okay. I'm trying to get a better angle. That wouldn't mess up the...
Well, maybe my microphone isn't working out then.
Yeah, I think not, because it's not moving to...
I don't think that was... Oh well, I will
Going
try
to
something
try and
else
make
then.
my camera focus if it wants to. But that's the problem with Hangouts. It doesn't let me go in the camera settings. Oh well, you'll see them tomorrow in the video. All of them. So I guess this was it. And I will post tomorrow the video with the finished results. And hopefully we'll do other projects in collaboration, and maybe other artists can join us on ideas like this for Halloween, and then maybe for Thanksgiving, and then for Christmas. So thank you all for being here, and I will show it tomorrow. And I wish Teresa didn't have issues, so she can tell you goodbye too. But have a great evening, night, morning, whatever time is where you are. And thank you so much for being here with us. And I hope you enjoyed the spider site tutorial. Have a great evening. Good night.